How's it going, everybody? My name is LuckyBunz. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down all of the events for the month of October in Pokemon Go. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, let's go over the current season bonuses. We're going to get guaranteed Rare Candy XL during raid hours. We're going to get guaranteed extra large candy from trading Pokemon if you're level 31 or higher. We're also going to get one additional candy from trading Pokemon as well. You'll get increased experience for your 7-day catch and Pokestop spin streaks, and you'll also get increased friendship experience being 1.5 times the normal multiplier. Next up, let's take a look at the Shadow Legendary Pokemon from Giovanni. That's going to be Tornadus Incarnate. Now, this Pokemon is pretty bad in almost every possible way for PvP, and when it comes down to raid battles, it's slightly better than Staraptor. Not Shadow Staraptor, just regular Staraptor. In simple terms, I would just stack your Super Rocket Radar, and for anybody who's unsure how to actually do that, you can check out this quick video on screen. Now, in terms of Shadow Legendary Pokemon that we're going to have in raid battles over the weekend, last month this wasn't announced, and this month it wasn't announced either, but last month we did end up seeing Shadow Regigigas over the weekend, so there is a possibility that that will happen again with a different Shadow Legendary Pokemon, or it could end up just being Shadow Regigigas once again. We don't really know, and whatever it ends up being though, if we do end up getting another Shadow Legendary Pokemon in raid battles over the weekend, I'll update that in the pinned comment. Following that, let's take a look at the Research Breakthrough Pokemon. So we're going to get access to Alakazam, Aggron, Morpeko, Dreepy, Frigibax, and Sinistea. You're also going to have a chance to get a remote raid pass from these if you have no more than 2 in your Pokemon bag, although it is pretty rare. Moving on, let's take a look at the Legendary Raid Pool. Shiny forms will be available for every single one of these Pokemon, so keep that in mind as we're going through these, and the same thing as well with the rotation cycle. That's going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. local time from the dates I'm about to mention. So continuing forward into October, we're going to have Dialga in its regular form, and ideally you do want to raid this for the candy with your free passes so that you can invest that candy into a Dialga origin form that is significantly better. And if you do end up getting the Hundo in its regular form, that can still be used in the Open Master League as it does rank in the top 20. Alright, next up in rotation, we're going to have normal form Deoxys and defense form Deoxys available from October 7th to October 14th. The shiny hunters are going to really enjoy Deoxys in raids during this month because this is the only way you can actually get it. You can't trade Deoxys because it is classified as a mythical Pokemon, so the only way to get it is going to be from raid battles. Now when it comes down to meta relevance, normal form Deoxys isn't really good for anything, but defense form Deoxys used to be relevant in the Great League and the Ultra League metas for PvP, and it might still be viable in certain niche cups, so I would make sure to check your IV spreads before transferring them. Alright, next up in rotation, we're going to have Attack Form Deoxys and Speed Deoxys from October 14th to October 21st. Neither of these Pokemon are really good for anything, so again, it's mainly just for shiny hunting. Now, during the same time period, we're also going to get Genesect in 3 different forms: its normal form, its Douse form, and its Shock Drive form, and this will also be available until October 28th, so a little bit longer than the Attack and Speed form Deoxys. Now, just like Deoxys though, Genesect is going to be a mythical Pokemon, which means the only way to get the shiny is going to be from raid battles. And in terms of meta relevance here, Genesect is actually pretty good to use in the Open Ultra League depending on which drive it has access to. This is also paired together with the exclusive Technoblast charge move, which unfortunately will not be available during this rotation. So if you do want to get access to that, you will have to Elite TM for it. Now finally, to wrap things up for the month of October, we're going to have Giratina Altered Form available from October 28th to November 4th. Giratina Altered Form is actually a great Pokemon to build for the Open Ultra League as well as the Open Master League. Now when it comes down to the Open Ultra League though, you do want to ideally mirror trade this with somebody else to get a better IV spread for PvP. And of course, when it comes down to the Open Master League, you want to be going for the Hundo. Alright, so now let's take a look at the raid hours, which are going to be taking place every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. So on October 10th, we're going to get Dialga Origin Form. On October 8th, we're going to get Normal Form and Defense Form Deoxys. On October 15th, we're going to get Attack and Speed Form Deoxys. On October 22nd, we're going to get Normal, Douse, and Shock Drive Genesect. And then finally, on October 28th, we're going to get Giratina Origin Form. So you might be wondering, well, why are we getting the Origin Forms during the raid hour when we had the regular form in the normal rotation, right? I'm not really sure why. They started doing this last month with Dialga and Palkia Origin Form, and I think it's actually pretty cool. It's like a nice way to incorporate, more variety with these raids. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how raid hours actually work, most gyms are going to have the featured Pokemon appearing, and the raids are going to reset after about 25 minutes, which means you can essentially hit the same gyms again at the half-hour mark, and that's pretty convenient if you only have a few gyms around you. I would also strongly recommend checking out Campfire for any local meetups before the event if you're not really sure where to play. Next up, let's take a look at our Mega Raid rotation. We've actually been getting a ton of Mega Pokemon in the rotation recently, so we got a lot to go over right now. So moving into October, we're going to have Mega Steelix, Scizor, and Lucario. And then, when it comes down to each of these, Mega Steelix is mainly used for candy farming since it does take on the dual typing of Steel and Ground. Mega Scizor pretty much has the same application, being mainly used for candy farming since it does take on the dual typing of Steel and Bug. And you can also use this as a Bug type attacker as well in the raid/gym meta if you don't have access to Mega Heracross or Pinsir. It's still pretty good. And then finally, when it comes down to the most important Pokemon in this lineup, we're going to have Mega Lucario. By far, this is the best fighting type mega in the game. It's not even close, but you do want to give it the Elite Fast TM Force Palm. That's very important for it. It does make it a lot better. Now, if you don't have an Elite TM, the next best moveset would be Counter, and it's still going to be really good, still better than everything else, so don't worry about it too much if you don't have the Elite Fast TMs. Keep in mind, though, Mega Lucario with Force Palm and Aura Spear is so good that you don't even really need any other fighting types in game. You can literally just max revive that Pokemon in raid battles, and it's going to end up doing more damage most of the time than pretty much every other counter. The exceptions being like Terrakion with Sacred Sword or Shadow Conkeldurr. Those are, a lot better. Those are the next two best options, but everything else, I mean, compared to Mega Lucario, man, it's not even close. So really important Pokemon, in my opinion, that you definitely need to pick up. Next up, from October 7th to October 14th, we're going to have Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Swampert. So in terms of meta relevance, Mega Blaziken is actually tied with Mega Charizard Y as the best Fire-type mega in the game. Mega Sceptile is going to be the best Grass-type mega in the game, and Mega Swampert is going to be the second best Water-type mega in the game, behind Primal Kyogre. This will definitely be an amazing opportunity to pick up some of the best Pokemon in the game, despite them not actually having access to their legacy movesets during this rotation. You can always Elite TM them later if you end up getting a really good IV spread, but the main thing you want to focus on is getting that Mega Energy. From October 14th to October 21st, we're going to have Mega Mawile and Mega Salamence. Now, Mega Mawile really isn't that good. You're mainly going to want to pick this up for the candy farming bonuses, since it does take on the dual typing of Fairy and Steel. And Mega Salamence is the third best Dragon-type mega in the game, behind Rayquaza and Garchomp. Now, with that being said, though, we are going to be getting Mega Rayquaza Raid Day on the 18th of this month, so you might just want to invest your resources into that Pokemon instead, because it's going to just be so much better. Now, we also had Mega Salamence featured about a month ago in Raid, so I'm sure most of you guys probably did pick this up, but if you didn't, just make sure to get some energy for it just so that you have it. From October 21st to October 28th, we're going to have Mega Houndoom and Mega Absol. Both of these Mega Pokemon do fall behind compared to Mega Tyranitar in the Dark-type meta, so I wouldn't say they're high priority, but you might still want to grab them for your Mega Pokedex if you haven't done so already. And then finally, from October 28th to November 4th, we're going to have Mega Gengar, Mega Sableye, and Mega Bayonet. The main one to pay attention to here is going to be Mega Gengar, which is the best Ghost-type mega in the game. Mega Sableye is also worth picking up for candy farming bonuses because it does take on the dual typing of Dark and Ghost. Now finally, when it comes down to these Mega Pokemon, I'd recommend doing at least 1 to 2 raids to get the initial energy to Mega Evolve them for the first time, and then afterwards you can just walk them as your buddy. The goal is going to be to get your Mega Pokemon to Mega Level 3, which is unlocked after 30 days of Mega Evolution. This is going to give you significantly better candy bonuses when catching Pokemon, which is super helpful. Next up, let's take a look at our Max Battle rotation. Honestly, not a lot of great Pokemon here, but let's just run through it. So first of all, we're going to have Dynamax Beldum available until October 5th. When evolved to Metagross, this Pokemon used to be good in Max Battles, but there are just better options out there as far as attackers and tanks go. So unless you happen to get the Hundo, I wouldn't invest into this Pokemon anymore. And, I still wanted to mention it though, because Metagross is still really good in other aspects of the game, like raids, rockets, and PvP. It does have a lot of versatility, so, I mean, if you do happen to get a good IV spread, I think it is still worth building. Not to mention, it's also going to have a Mega Raid Day on October 4th, which we're going to talk about in just a second here, so you could, invest into a Dynamax Metagross as your Mega Evolution, and that could just be used in all aspects of the game. So, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, it's still going to be really good. Not to mention, I believe as a Mega, it's going to be one of the best Steel-type attackers in the game too, so still a really good Pokemon you should be paying attention to, and if you do happen to get a shiny Dynamax Beldum with good IVs, I mean, you're pretty much set. Next up, we're going to have Dynamax Drillbur from October 6th to October 12th. When evolved to Excadrill, this is the best ground-type attacker you guys can currently use in Max Battles. Next up in rotation, we're going to have Dynamax Bonsweet from October 13th to October 19th. Honestly, I cannot think of a reason why you should be doing these. We already have Gmax Venusaur and Gmax Rillaboom as grass-type attackers, which are just so much better. Following that, we're going to have Dynamax Ghastly from October 20th to October 26th. I'd really only do these if you want to farm Ghastly Candy for the Gmax form, otherwise there isn't really a big incentive. And then finally, from October 27th to November 2nd, we're going to have Dynamax Woobat. Once again, cannot think of a reason why you should be doing these ones, it's just not going to be useful in anything. I'll be honest here, guys, after the Max Finale event at the end of August, we really haven't been getting that much Max Battle content, so no Dynamax Pokemon, no Gmax event. It kind of feels like they have moved past it, and maybe during the Go Wild Area event in November, we're going to have more Gmax Pokemon featured. I think it was teased in the seasonal trailer that we're going to have Gmax Garbodor, so I don't think we're done with Gmax content. I just feel like it's definitely taken a step back in terms of what they're focusing on in Pokemon Go currently. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the upcoming events for this month, and keep in mind the event windows are going to be based on your local time zone. So first of all, the XP Celebration event is going to run until October 15th. There's going to be some additional bonuses for anybody who's pushing for level 50 or just the highest level you guys can before October 15th. That is when the level cap increase is going to take effect, and we're going to have level 80 in Pokemon Go. So up until then, we're going to have 2x catch experience on nice, great, and excellent throws. Really beneficial beneficial to take advantage of that one in my opinion. And then for anybody who likes raid battles and max battles, you're also going to get 3,000 additional experience every single time you do one. So the first event we're going to talk about here is going to be the Steel Skyline event. That's going to run from September 30th to October 7th. We're going to have a global challenge for this one with 3 different tiers. At level 1, in terms of the unlock, we're going to get additional candy and extra large candy for nice, great, and excellent throws. Kind of pairs together really nicely with the XP celebration event there. At level 2, we're going to have 5,000 additional experience from raid battles, so in total with the XP celebration event, that's going to be 8,000 additional experience from raid battles. Really, really good for people out there who want to raid a bunch. And then from level 3, we're going to get 1 guaranteed rare candy XL from max battles for the in-person only ones. I'm not really sure why they did that for in-person only, but I guess that's just what it is. Doesn't really seem like a good level 3 bonus in my opinion, but I guess it is still something. During this event, we're also going to get the debut of Dynamax Duraludon and 4-star max battles. I would do these with your free MP for the candy, but I would hold on to those resources for the eventual release of the G-Max variant, because, I mean, there's really no point investing into a Dynamax Pokemon when it is going to have a G-Max variant in the future. So I definitely wouldn't get too much FOMO over this Pokemon during this event. We're going to have the future G-Max form, and then it's also going to have an evolution at some point. Not to mention, you can also get this Pokemon as a rare task from the field research. Probably going to be somewhat raid-based or max battle-based, so don't expect anything easy there. Now we're also going to have a timed research, which is going to get you 1 magnetic lure module, some experience, Stardust, and encounters with other event-themed Pokemon. And then we're also going to have a paid timed research for $2, which is going to get you an encounter with Dynamax Duraludon, and then some more MP, and then some Stardust. So overall, it's a pretty chill event in my opinion. Definitely nothing that stood out to me personally. I think Mega Lucario being available during this rotation, though, is definitely going to be the main Pokemon you want to pay attention to. Now during the Steel Skyline event, we're also going to have an event taking place over the weekend. That's going to be Mega Metagross Raid Day on October 4th. It's going to be a typical raid day, so we're going to get 5 additional free orange raid passes to use during the event. The remote raid pass limit is going to be increased from 10 to 20. There's going to be a special legacy moveset on Metagross that's going to be Shadow Claw, so if you guys happen to catch these from the raid battles, it's going to have that moveset. Otherwise, you can use an Elite TM to get it. There's going to be a boosted shiny rate of 1 out of 10 on all the Metagross you happen to encounter. We're going to have a $5 event ticket, which means you're going to get 8 additional orange raid passes to use, an increased chance to get rare candy XL, 1.5 times raid experience, and keep in mind the XP gains are going to be really good during this one because of the overlapping global challenge bonuses and the XP celebration bonuses. So if you guys need experience and you're heavy on raiding, this is definitely the event to play. And then finally, we're going to get 2 times raid Stardust. Overall, this has definitely been a very anticipated Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go, so I'm sure many of you out there probably already have some really good IV spread Metagross already built, in which case you just need to get the Mega Energy and then you're going to be good to go. But again, for anybody who's like really trying to hit level 50 or just get as much experience as possible, this is definitely a really good event to play if you do happen to get the event ticket and want to go hard on raiding. The next event that's going to be taking place will be the Harvest Festival from October 10th to October 16th. During this event, we're going to get the debut of Diplin and Hydrapple. Diplin is going to cost 200 candy and 20 syrupy apples, and Hydrapple is going to be 400 candy, and then you have to catch 7 Dragon-type Pokemon with it as your buddy. Now, I totally understand the candy requirements here seem pretty insane, but during this event, we are going to have a lot of opportunity to get more candy on our Applin. So to start things off, we're going to get an increased chance to encounter apples from Pokestops and Mossy Lure modules. We're going to get 2 times catch candy with Pineapple and Silver Pineapple berries. We're going to have a boosted shiny rate on the following Pokemon, Pumpkaboo and Smoliv. The boosted shiny rate, I believe, is going to be 1 out of 128. And then we're going to have a paid timed research for $5. This is going to give you a bonus of 1 hour Mossy Lure modules if you do happen to drop them. You're going to get 30 Silver Pineapple berries, 3 Mossy Lure modules, and encounters with Applin, so I think it's a pretty decent ticket if you want to go hard on this, but at the same time, you can definitely go without it. Overall, though, I am definitely excited to see the release of Hydrapple. That Pokemon was really cool in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so really cool to see this one coming into Pokemon Go. Now, over the weekend, we're going to have the Community Day for Solosis on October 12th. This is going to be running from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. So like typical comm days, we're going to get increased Solosis encounters. We're going to have a boosted shiny rate of 1 out of 25. We're going to have 3-hour incense, but during this event, we're only going to have 1-hour lure modules. They're actually testing a new bonus that is going to be available from 2 to 9 p.m. local time, where Solosis is going to appear more frequently at Pokestops with lure modules, and these will also have an increased chance to have a background on them. The shiny rate is also going to be boosted similar to the wild spawns at 1 out of 25, so you could have a really good chance to get a shiny with a background from just catching them off the lure modules. I think that's pretty cool. We'll have to see how this actually plays out. It is a completely new concept that they're actually running during this event, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Going back to the normal time frame though, from 2 to 5 p.m., we're going to have 3 times catch Stardust, 2 times catch candy, 2 times chance to receive extra large candy from catching Pokemon if you're level 31 or higher. We're going to get 2 special trades in total, so that's going to be 1 additional, and then every trade is going to be 50% less Stardust, and then we're going to get 5 free Solosis from snapshots. Basically, just take a picture of everybody Pokemon, back out, and the encounter is going to appear. Rinse and repeat that 4 more times, and you're going to be good to go. A special Comm Day moveset during this event for the final evolution of Solosis Solosis is going to be Charm. Not really sure how that's going to play out in PvP. For anybody who's already done the research on this, let us know in the comment section down below. That'd be really helpful. We're going to have the guaranteed special backgrounds from these following tasks: win a 5-star raid battle, trade a Pokemon, and complete a party challenge. Basically, all the guaranteed special background tasks are going to be focused on community aspect things in the game. We are going to get a free timed research though, with at least one guaranteed special background, and you just have to catch a Pokemon on 5 different days to actually get this done. Pretty easy if you just want at least one. And then if you want to get 3 guaranteed special backgrounds without having to focus on the research tasks during the event, the special research for $2 will actually get you that. It's going to get you 1 guaranteed special background at the end of each page, but additionally on top of that, you're going to get 1 star piece, 1 incense, 3 silver pinot berries, 1 premium raid pass, and 1 rocket radar. So as far as premium items go, you definitely get your money's worth. That being said though, overall when it comes down to this event, I think it's going to be one that you guys should definitely play. Solosis as a Pokemon isn't the most interesting, but the 3x catch Stardust bonus is a great one to take advantage of. I really wish this was like 3x catch experience instead. That could have been a great event for people pushing for like level 50 or just anything close to the next level up for them. At the end of the day, I'm still going to take the 3x catch Stardust, and of course you are still going to get 2x catch experience for the nice, great, and excellent throws thanks to the XP celebration bonus, so still a really good event to play, especially if you're getting close to level 50 or just to the next level. Following that, from October 16th to October 20th, we're going to have the Legends EA celebration event. It's going to go hand in hand with the Legends EA game release, obviously, which is going to be based in Kalos, so you guys can probably expect to see Kalos-based Pokemon. And again, this will definitely be something that we kind of get teased, as we're also going to get the entire Kalos tour in February of 2026. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I do actually have a second channel where I focus on main series Pokemon content, so if you do want to watch some Legends EA content, some guide videos to help you guys out during your playthrough, I strongly recommend checking out my other channel and subscribing. Now, during the Legends EA celebration event on October 18th, we're going to have Mega Rayquaza Raid Day. We kind of talked about this earlier. This will most likely be similar to the other Raid Day events, so kind of like we talked about earlier, you know, it's just going to have the addition of the timed research that's going to get you the Meteorite on Mega Rayquaza, which is going to be required for the Mega Evolution. Now, I don't know how many Meteorites we're going to be able to get during this event. The information has not been announced at the time of making this video, or at least the time of filming this video. If the information has already been posted, I'll put it up on screen right now, but definitely 100%, like 200% actually, you guys need to play this Raid Day. Mega Rayquaza is the best Dragon-type Pokemon you guys can power up in the game. It's the best Flying-type Pokemon you can power up in the game. It is one you do not want to miss. Like, seriously, make sure that you attend this Raid Day. I cannot stress that enough. Now, finally, we're going to have the Halloween event, one of the most important events in Pokemon GO as well. Very exciting, always really fun. And part 1 is going to be taking place from October 21st to October 27th, and then part 2 is going to be running from October 27th to November 2nd. So again, the bonuses should be similar to the previous years. We're going to get a bunch of candy bonuses, probably some event tickets. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with these ones, so I'll probably make a separate video sometime in the middle of this month going over the Halloween events. Now finally, to wrap things up, let's go over the spotlight hours, which are going to be taking place every Tuesday from 6-7 p.m. local time. So on October 7th, we're going to have Pharaoh Seed with 2x Evolve experience. If you guys are pushing for level 50 before October 15th, you cannot skip this event. Like, start saving up your evolution Pokemon now so you can really take advantage of this bonus. Otherwise, in terms of meta relevance here for Pharaoh Seed, when it does evolve into Pharaoh Thorn, it does rank in the top 100 for the Open Ultra League, so if you don't already have a good one, you could actually go out there and try to hunt for this. But if you're focused on the experience, focus on those evolutions. On October 14th, we're going to have Petalil with the special bonus 2x Catch Stardust. When evolved to Lilligant, this isn't really good for anything, and the 2x Catch Stardust bonus is nice, but I don't necessarily think it's worth using star pieces on. You might want to focus on the excellent throws during this event if you are pushing for level 50 though, as it is going to be the last event before the level cap increases. On October 21st, we're going to have Ghastly with a special bonus 2x catch experience. This should honestly be a really fun spotlight hour because you can actually get some passive Mega Gengar energy when you actually catch Ghastly during this event, and it's pretty similar to what they did last month with Pidgey and Aeron during their spotlight hours, so I think it's actually pretty cool. Ghastly is also a great Pokemon to take advantage of for the trade evolution discount, but unfortunately this is going to be taking place after October 15th, so I can't imagine a lot of people are really going to be focused on the XP gains. I mean, maybe right for level 80, it really just depends, but we'll have to kind of wait and see how that's actually structured. Now finally, on October 28th, we're going to have Sinistea with the special bonus 2x Catch Candy. This Pokemon has been quite rare in game, and it has 2 different forms. The common form is known as the Phony form, and then it's going to have a rare Antique form. This will likely be one of your best chances to actually obtain this rare form since it is going to be spawning everywhere. I don't really know what the odds of encountering that rare form are going to be, but it's definitely an event worth playing. Not only that, for the 2x Catch Candy, right? You can also take advantage of getting just as much candy as possible on this, which could be really good because it's like a rare Pokemon. Sadly though, Sinistea does not have a shiny form enabled, so that is a bit unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I think it's definitely one I'm personally going to be playing. And so with that being said, that pretty much covers everything for the month of October in Pokemon Go. I think this month definitely has a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of really good content, a lot of really good events. We also have the Legends EA game releasing, we have the level cap increasing, there's just a lot going on, and I think it's going to be really fun. So of course, though, as always guys, if there's anything you're looking forward to specifically, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Mega Rayquaza Raid Day, guaranteed that's going to be the top comment. But of course, if you guys are looking for some more content in the meantime, I'm going to recommend these two videos right here. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon in the next one.